Good morning. I did the reading today at 7:12 a.m. on March 24th, 2025, which gives us a 7-3 energy for the time, which is a 10 or a 1-0, meaning a completion cycle of sorts. And then we have for the date of March 24th, 2025, a 1-8 energy, which is a 9, where we have been carrying a very heavy load, and many of us are really feeling it, and myself included. So what is today? It's Moon Day, Monday, and I'm using Cosmic Tarot. The beads for today are Moonstone for intentionality and emotional healing, Amethyst for peace and inner clarity, a Labradorite for perseverance, Selenite for reviewing things and getting rid of the clutter in your soul, Lapis Lazuli for wisdom, truth, and clear communications, and something black to ward the darkness that many of us feel at this time. The two cards that we get are the Sun, which will relate to the masculine energy, fire, and vitality, and acts as God's guiding light. Paired today with the Queen of Swords, air, relating to the end of our 6th house of service and health, the 3rd decan, and the first 2 decans of the 7th house relating to partnerships, open enemies, and all things in how we balance and get along versus divide and conquer. And this reading today, what's going on? Well, I'm just going to say our source of heat and light or vitality does come from the sun and the moon. And it's all about radiance and illumination, as the sun is the center of our universe, as well as the center of our individual worlds, and helps define and maintain our sense of ego. This is a masculine energy, and today is Moon Day, which reflects additionally a feminine energy, which is also part of vitality and the lights. And in fact, when we do medical astrology, we're going to look at things that impact your sun and your moon to determine what your chronic is within your natal chart. So this reflects, this light, our cyclical changes, the feminine balance, and our ego. We have been carrying a very heavy load, suggests the number 9. Our sun card says we must peacefully resist, using our fire wisely at this time, having boundaries for emotional safety, because there are many, unfortunately, at this time who disagree. And when you do not show compliance to this current administration, we must be extremely careful and even thoughtful about our choice of words. Where we believed we had a freedom of speech and had personal safety and could speak our mind, we are not so safe right now. So do keep this in mind, and are at risk of lawless retaliation. When you speak your mind, as you had in the past, you presently may need to use coded language, unfortunately, such as metaphors and allegories. By not being explicit, we'll be better able to provide our messaging. We are under surveillance in every possible way. We have lost all hope of privacy at this time. And our human autonomy is at question when we peacefully choose to resist. How they go about this online is they document your face. Posts are monitored, a process that is intended to create fear of personal expressions not fitting the current narratives. Additionally, our information is removed or held down. The stated goal that we find what is harmful and not let it into social media. Yet we're finding in social media that the harmful posts are being allowed and the peaceful posts are not so much being allowed. And this is my trouble completely, because I work hard at providing peaceful messaging. We are regulated as low priority according to the algorithm. So even though we're not violating any community standards at this time, our dissent is being suppressed. And what we need in this sense is proper transparency, so that information is not available to just the few having a party with their bias, which is an incredibly sad time. We also get the Queen of Swords related to our 6th house Mercury, 3rd decan, 7th house, Moon, 1st decan, and Saturn, 2nd decan, Libra. Having clarity and discernment, our Queen loves the truth. She has intellectual strengths and resilience shaped by hardships. This is our Queen of hardships. She seeks fairness and justice. She wants relationships to be balanced and sees it as a matter of priority. She oversees our health, the 3rd decan, Mercury of the 6th house, health and service, and our intentionality. She reminds us to use our critical thinking. On Moon Day, it further reminds us to seek for proper understanding our spiritual needs. We are in a process of being upgraded at this time for our own good, and will become more intellectually honest as a result, as it will come with emotional maturity as well as resistance. Moon Saturn right now is viewed as a time where if you are attempting to bring a message with integrity and principles that align with truth and fairness, you're likely going to get held down. We must be steadfast and unyielding in our commitment to justice at this time, while avoiding bitter, aggressive energies. And they're out there. Stay connected to community actions, as there's plenty of them going on. I think the next one's April 5th. Peaceful actions and non-violent movements succeed 53% of the time versus the intended violent actions only 26% of the time, as larger support is created when it is a peaceful way forward. We're operating in an environment at this time where cyberbullying is thriving, where we on a regular basis are intimidated to throttle our voices. I have faced this many times on social media. And my method of dealing with it is to politely mention, and if it occurs again, I report and block without hesitation. Many of us feel a need at this time to cultivate connections as symbols of peace. Myself, I'm growing an octagonal or 8-sided garden, a friendship garden with 3 sisters vegetables, corn, beans, and squash. And the point in doing this is to make this not only available to myself in what is going to be difficult times, but also to make available to my friends, neighbors, and community, regardless of what side of the aisle you are on. And why would I do this? Well, nothing speaks of being kind and compassionate more than sharing what you can and have available to share. It's called the divine grace. And all of us have an opportunity to step into divine grace for the good of all. And with that, please do like, share, and subscribe. This is a Decan walk. I do get held down because my messaging is not alarming. So do keep that in mind. And if you feel so inclined, help me make this channel work. Leave comments. Tell me how you're doing in this very intense energy at this time. Thank you so much for being here with me today.